Today we're going to be talking about structuralism and two of its influencers. But firstly, it's important to talk about what structuralism actually is. So, from a structuralist point of view, it seeks to analyze the adult mind, and it does this analyzation in terms of the simplest definable components. And then we find a way in which these components fit together in complex forms of our psychological states. So similarly, these two influencers both utilize a structuralism approach in order to analyze the underlying structures of the human mind. So our first influencer is Edward Titchener, and as we know, he brought structuralism to the United States by the influence of Wundt. So Titchener used structuralism in psychology to uncover mental structures within the mind. So in his research, Titchener believed that firstly, thoughts, and secondly, sensations were the primary structures of the mind and described sensations in terms of four things: intensity, quality, duration, and extent. And in doing this research, he used the technique that we now call today introspection. And it's still very well used today as well. So our second influencer is Claude Lévi-Strauss, and as we know, he's a French anthropologist who brought structuralism to Britain. So he used structuralism and anthropology to analyze social relations within a culture. So in his research, it was different from other functionalists of his time in that he wanted to understand social relations by uncovering the social structure to establish facts about the human mind. And in doing this, Strauss was very big on using models. So, to Strauss, a social structure was a model in which social relations are just the raw materials. So Strauss also utilized linguistic methods to formulate his approach to search for the fundamental structures of the human mind, because he said the deep grammar of society originates unconsciously within the mind. And in his research, he said social structures exist within kinship, mythology, and primary classification. So both of these men were very similar in their approaches to how they attempted to collect their data, but they both were criticized on the same two components, that their theories were subjective and based on the observer's perceptions of the data. But most importantly, they collected their data using key components. So they followed theoretical models of observation. They were very empirical and meticulous in gathering information, and they were strict in reporting data. Thank you for listening.